Controversy alert today, folks. Controversy alert. And I'm going to warn you in advance because I'm going to be talking about me being agnostic. So if any sort of religious or non-religious content is going to offend you, I suggest you turn this video off now. So I was never encouraged to go to church. I wasn't baptised. My dad came from Belfast, and his exposure to religion had led him to a place where he didn't think it was necessarily a good thing for me to have any sort of religious background. So that's where it started, folks. Now, I'm not an atheist, I'm an agnostic, which means in my model of the world, the only thing I look at is, does your religion make you a better person? And if it does, then kudos to you. Kudos. Which God is real, I don't know. I honestly do not know, and I'm not here to debate that. But, and here's a crucial distinction, from an energy perspective, what does God, energy, what does it all mean to me? Well, let me tell you my slant on it, because getting involved in energy medicine makes me realise that A, it's not about me, that I can be a channel for something beyond me, something more divine, shall we call it. Sometimes energy healing gives people what they want. Quite often it doesn't, because they don't know what it is and they don't know what to expect. And more importantly, they don't know what's best for them. So let's give you an example. People ask me to heal people or to do energy work with people that have been given terminal diagnoses by the NHS, by doctors. And they asked me if I could help. And the answer I always gave was that I can only help so much as the energy is receptive. So what does that mean? Well, for some people it may not be in their interests for energy work to make them physically better. Sometimes it's about accepting the inevitable, preparing for death, and being a bit more peaceful. So quite often I'd give energy and people would just die a little bit more peacefully at the end of their life. But occasionally I would see things that could only be described from a medical perspective as miraculous. And what does that mean? Well, there's been a few occasions where doctors have said there's nothing we can do here. There's nothing we can do. Prepare for death, say your goodbyes. I've gone in and I've worked with them and they've gone on to live a few more years. Now that wasn't to do with me, that was to do with me entering a space as a healer that makes healing occur, or to make miracles potentially occur. Not for me, I'm a channel. And what it made me realise from a religious perspective is that if there is a God, and indeed if there is a devil, it's within us. It's not an external force. Because I've done some really bad things in my life. I've tapped into devil energy, not to the degree of going to a cult, but certainly pissing people off to the point where they probably thought in the moment that I was more towards the devil side of the equation than I was towards anything godly. So we are both God and the devil, and as a healer, knowing that skill set gives us the potential to tap in to the best form of that energy. So as a healer and as a human being, you are either God or the devil in any given moment of time. And if your belief in your religion makes you do things that make the planet a better place, then kudos to you, because I respect your model of the world. But if that's making you go around saying that everyone else is wrong or doing harm to others, then whatever God it is that you hold in highest regard, well, that doesn't really work for me. Because for me, any sort of religion, if it makes you, if your belief in that God makes you a better person, then so be it, and good luck to you. But if it doesn't, then it doesn't work for me. But in my model of the world, I see people as generally good or generally not. And it largely depends on what you decide to show up with, whether you're going to be healing energy, wanting to help people, wanting to make the world a better place, or whether you're looking to do harm, whether you would push someone under a bus for money, or whatever it is that puts you more in line with that devil energy. So folks, there is my slant on energy healing and religious belief, because if you are out there making the world a better place, then your God is good, and if you're not, then it's probably not. And the problem I have is I know a lot of religious people that are a lot worse people than most people I know, and they hide behind their religion as a justification for what they do, and that doesn't work for me on any level, folks. So there you go, my slightly long controversial video on is there a God, what is energy, is there religion, and I'd love to get your thoughts on this. And if you've made it to this length, I suspect most people will have already turned off, but let's have a chat, leave a comment, and let's open up this can of worms.